Good evening. Chris Lee and Graham Doty of Southeastern 16 here to talk about the Hogs, Arkansas. As we start this, a 5-0 lead on UCLA. In the bottom of the seventh, Arkansas threatening to do a little bit more. Just a minute ago, Logan Maxwell hit a double that drove in a run. But Graham, we got a Zach Root start and a good one this time, as the Hogs look really impressive. Probably their best performance in postseason in Omaha to date.
Yeah, I would say they have certainly looked good. I'll say this though, that first inning was interesting, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
UCLA had the bases loaded. I don't know about you, but I could not believe they tried to steal home with two
Yeah.
outs and a lefty in the box.
Yeah. And
I
almost got it. Might have got
yeah,
it, to be honest with you. Looked to me
I
like he got his hand in under the tag, but I'm not sure.
well, I mean they reviewed it and everything, obviously, but man, I was blown away. I was like, we know the outing that Root is coming off of, like you got the bases loaded and you got the meat of the order coming up. Why don't you just play it out and see what happens? But I don't know if that was a coach's call or if that base runner has the green light. But man, to me, that was the like once Arkansas survived that and Root got confidence, it was just like they were off and going because they got the home run in the bottom of the first, and they've never trailed since.
Yeah. Yeah, that almost struck me as a, I don't know, here's a guy that can get a little rattled, had a bad first start out there, gets a little emotional. Let's see if we can maybe take advantage of it. But he kept his cool, and they made the play. And that set
Yeah,
the tone. Boy, did it set the tone.
yeah. I mean, to me, that's the play of the game. Because let's say UCLA doesn't try to steal home and they get a base hit, and then like all the pressure's on Arkansas right out of the gates. How do they respond? But
Yeah.
you got to give credit. It was kind of like a pitch out by Root. He just threw it home as quickly as he could, and
Yeah.
I mean it works. He got the out.
Yeah. And I think the other big story was Wehiwa Aloy. Just smashed two
Incredible.
balls. The home run, which got well into the bullpen, and then missed a home run by
A foot.
maybe,
Yeah.
which ended up being a triple, an easy triple.
Yeah. And these two runs Arkansas got late, like those kind of feel like the dagger.
Yeah.
I don't see how UCLA is going to overcome a 5-run hole.
No, they just Cholosky hasn't hit. I mean,
Yeah. What is he?
they had to have that happen.
Let me look it up. So he's got one hit tonight. So that means
It's a single.
he's 1 for 11 in Omaha.
Did they say he had not had an extra base hit in 9 games now in the NCAA tournament?
I don't know if that's true. That's a wild stat.
Yeah, and look, I'm not. Baseball stuff can happen, okay, but the Big Ten is not the schedule they're playing now.
No, but I mean, again, I didn't watch UCLA at all in the regular season. They've impressed me though. Like
Yeah.
I see why they won so many games. Number one, they got a bunch of dudes that can pitch it, and
Mm-hmm.
they got the best defense in the country. I didn't realize their defense was that good.
Oh, up the middle, they're tremendous.
They've turned the most double plays of any team in the country, and they're eighth as a team in fielding percentage.
You know, the guy I like on their team a lot is Cal Randall. It's the first time I'd seen him pitch, and he's been a little while, but man, the stuff is there.
And he was dialed in tonight, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
98. He's got that high leg kick.
he looks like a closer. I was impressed with UCLA starter Chris. Like this was his first time to pitch since March 28th.
Yeah.
March 28th, and he goes out there and only gave up the 2-run shot, and that was it. Like I thought, all things considering, you sign up for that if you're UCLA. Like if that's who you go with, and he only gives up 2 runs in 4 innings.
Yeah. I mean, and that was almost how many other choices did they really have situation, given how many guys they threw? They threw, what, 8 in the last game, which was spread out
Yeah.
over 2 days. And look, John Savage is not afraid to use a bunch of guys. We've seen that. But
by the way, do you think he's at UCLA for however long he wants to be?
I mean, why would you make a change if you're UCLA? Now, look, the question I have is how long does he want to be? And I have no information here, but like, did I hear correctly? Like, he had no idea that the move to the Big Ten was coming. I'm guessing he wouldn't.
Nobody did. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just I don't know, man.
Like
it's hard.
You're the king by far in that state and really that part of the country. But like when I say they have nothing to work with, they have nothing to work with.
They don't even have a field for next year for sure.
Yeah.
The whole Jackie Rob. And what's the issue behind that again? It was weird. It was like is it a landlord dispute or?
Let me Google it.
It's very unusual. Which getting evicted from the field named after one of your more prominent alums would be interesting.
I'm reading an article that came out on June the 8th.
Land grant, Trace says.
Yeah. By the way, they averaged 618 people in the regular season. 618.
It's just not a place where college sports is a big thing.
And I mean, like, they get dudes. Like, they put guys in the big leagues.
Kevin, the suspension was an academic issue, which, like, that was news to me. I didn't know anyone ever got academically suspended anymore. I wasn't entirely sure that class was a requirement anywhere.
Well, I can tell you, it's because it's postseason play. In the regular season, you can get away with it. But like, Chris, you remember when Spencer Sanders signed with Ole Miss in football and never played? Yeah, my man never went to class. And so he was academically ineligible to play in the bowl game. So like he didn't even make the trip. So it's only postseason play.
Caleb, tell me which guy I'm high on. Because there's a lot of guys on Arkansas pitching staff that I'm high on.
I think it's the senior.
Oh, but Vital Shees?
Not Vital Shees.
Will McIntyre.
McIntyre, yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. I know they got all these flamethrowers. But, I mean, McIntyre's stat line has been really good this year. It's been spectacular, honestly. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, he had the one viral moment against Tennessee.
Right.
I feel like that's the most pub that he's gotten.
I mean, he's pitched a ton in college in postseason. I remember him a couple of years ago throwing big innings in postseason for them. I think it probably has more to do with how many guys they've got than him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they definitely got guys. Pooh Bear's asking why they pitched Root and Jimenez. Guys, you want to win? Like, if you want to play LSU again, you got to handle business against UCLA.
Right.
So
most coaches handle it that way. They don't mess around.
Yeah.
What's my best guy available? Let's go there.
Yeah. You can't risk it. What do we think the pitching matchup, if it holds, and I'm pretty sure that it will, they're in the 8th. It's a 5-run lead for the Razorbacks. What do you think the pitching matchup will be tomorrow, Arkansas, LSU? By the way, I looked LSU as of 9/11. They haven't announced anything.
I mean, if Cowan's healthy, what makes sense is him and maybe Vital Shees. I mean, Jimenez had been an opener for them at times. I mean, McIntyre would make a ton of sense. I don't know what's going on with Vital Shees. That's what I would like to know. He just hasn't been used nearly as much and wasn't nearly as effective the last few times he was used. And maybe it's just back to they've got so many other good arms that if they got a few guys that are in a groove, Why bother?
Do you go to Gackle on 3 days rest?
No, because I've got to win some more games. Another that contradicts a little bit of what I said earlier. But, I mean, he threw 80-something pitches. I mean, if he'd thrown 30, then maybe. I guess UCLA's not dead yet.
First and third with one out. Caleb with an interesting point in the chat on Cowan.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's good to know. I mean, it's just been kind of a mystery to me.
And then he also has who LSU is probably going to start.
All right, here's Rock-Chalowski, who hits another ground ball, and that's an inning double play. My goodness. Arkansas, 5-0 after 7.5. Razorbacks can taste it now.
Yeah. Again, once they got the 2 in the bottom of the 7th, that just kind of felt like the dagger.
Mm-hmm. So Jimenez and Root have combined to allow 4 hits tonight, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks.
Yeah, you'll take that.
Cowan stats. Let's see. What's he got? On the year, 46 2/3, 309 ERA, 28% strikeouts, 8% free passes, home run rate of about 1.5%. So the numbers across the board are good in everything, but check the game log. Pitched twice the last 2 months, and those were his worst 2 outings of the year.
Yeah.
So there was something going on.
That's why we keep talking about it. We didn't know if it was like if something health related was going on and it just wasn't reported, or if they just flat out lost confidence.
Yeah.
Devon Dixon says Anthony Ianson, a little over 40 pitchers, and he's asking could LSU potentially bring him back for tomorrow. If they do, and I mean break glass in case of emergency, it's for game 2 against Arkansas.
I would think that's an opener situation. See, LSU having a game to play with
is such a big benefit.
Yeah, I mean, you can also come back with Anderson on Thursday, I would think. I don't know. I mean, he pitched Saturday.
If Arkansas does win tomorrow, are they going back to back, or is it like in the same day, or do they break it up? Or was it Wednesday, Thursday?
LSU and whoever is Wednesday at 6. And then should Arkansas win, they play Thursday time TBD. Okay. And I think that depends on Louisville Coastal. If Coastal wins, then they won't have a first game to wait on.
Got you.
Which, how about Louisville today, by the way?
Yeah, I was watching that one. Boy, they almost blew it.
No joke.
Holy smokes, did they almost blow it. That poor shortstop has had a rough, and I mean rough, Omaha defensively. He scored the game-winning run, and to say he was emotional would be an understatement.
Yeah, I saw that.
Safe to say this ballpark is going to be packed tomorrow night.
I wonder what tickets will be.
With Arkansas and LSU fans.
Yeah, Arkansas has Cam Kojal leading off the bottom of the 8th.
What count do you have? How far ahead?
I'm 3-0.
Okay. It just
they're
got
throwing
3-0.
they're throwing Justin Lee, who's really talented and is a top 5 round talent a year or two from now, but is not had a lot of control and has not pitched much lately.
It's his first appearance in the tournament, is what that graphic just said.
Yep.
Did you see the graphic they showed earlier in this game? All the first round draft picks.
Yes, and that was just this year.
Yeah. Just
Wood
insane.
has really moved up. I was seeing him like a round 2 or 3 earlier. Now they've got him firmly in the first round.
We're getting asked. I know this is such a hot button issue, especially on social media. Let's do this one first, though, with Caleb before we dive into the other one.
This one?
Yeah. So I'm assuming this is like the game tomorrow, LSU Arkansas.
Well, I mean, you know how split I've been on these two teams because I picked LSU to win game 1, but Arkansas to win.
I know. Are you
the
still
whole thing?
You still standing tall with that?
I think I am. I mean, we'll do our official picks, but I mean, and it's not the picks or the point. The point is that's how closely matched I think these teams are.
Yeah.
And like, you just need to change one thing. Like, I was a lot less confident about it after Gackle threw all those innings in game 1 after Root couldn't get out of it. Then the rain happened, and then Root gives them a lot tonight. And, you know, they've got plenty of pitching left. So, I mean, I think it's literally a flip a coin. I mean, logically, LSU's got to be in the driver's seat because of, you know, got to win one fewer game than Arkansas with more rest. But you know what I think of Arkansas's pitching depth. So
right. Well, I think this has played out exactly how we both kind of thought that it would up to this point. I know you think Arkansas can climb out of that hole, beating LSU twice the next 2 days. I picked LSU before, you know, we did all this, and I'm going to stick to my guns and you know, stick with LSU. History's on my side. So LSU, they've won the whole thing 6 times when they started Omaha 2-0.
Well, and I remember I picked LSU to win the whole thing pre-tournament. So again, that's how I try to pick a lane and stick in it, but that's how close I think these teams are.
Mm-hmm. And the LSU, like as Caleb just says, the LSU offense has had a really good Omaha so far. But that's like to me, without a doubt, like these are the best 2 teams. Roger, yes, I saw this a moment ago. You are not wrong. He's giving both teams 2 inches on both sides of the plate.
Yep. And a couple of UCLA guys have let him know. And there's been an up show at times too, by the way.
Yeah. Yep. Now, the other one, what I was talking about, we got asked about our thoughts on the announcing team with Ravage and who's with Ravage? Not Peterson, Perez. Yeah.
Eduardo Perez. Yeah. I mean, I generally like them. It's kind of a tradition, but I get that, like, they didn't call a lot of college. Ravage calls some games in May. I've always liked his style. I know he's missed some stuff, and I get it, but
well, it's one of those things. Like if you go on Twitter and social media, it's like, okay, is this really how the majority of people feel, or is this just like a vocal minority? You know,
yeah.
I don't know how to take it, but here's why Carl Ravage gets these games. So for ESPN, he is the face of baseball. He does the Little League World Series. He does Major League Baseball. And at the biggest stage that ESPN has, the Men's College World Series, they're going to get their face of baseball on it and Carl Ravage. And pair him with Peterson, who's the face of college baseball. And then Perez is their go-to guy for the Little League World Series and Major League Baseball. So that's why they do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked his style. He doesn't feel like he's pretentious or he doesn't talk down to you. I don't know. You know a lot of broadcasters. I don't know if you know him or not. I've never met the guy, but
No, I've never met him either. And like for me, my background is like he was the like host for Sunday Night Baseball and all
Yep.
that stuff. So
Yep.
I mean that's really the only thing I know him as is being involved with baseball, and that's it.
That might be part of it too. Caleb, here's your answer. Arkansas has not thrown Landon Beidelshees since the Friday game of the regional. It's not used Ben Bybee since the Friday game of the regional. Both those really good arms, pro arms. Dylan Carter, 2.18 ERA, hasn't thrown in the whole tournament. I don't know what's up with that. They used Cole Gibbler the other night, lefty, who's elite. He can come back. They haven't used Tate McGuire, except for once in the tournament. He went 89 pitches. That was on a Sunday game. Colin Fisher hasn't been used since the Saturday game of the regional. McIntyre's not been used at all. Christian Fouch has thrown 8 pitches the whole tournament. Parker Coyle got used and all those are really, really, really good arms.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess like the way I look at it, yeah, both of these teams, in my opinion, they're very deep starting pitching wise and bullpen wise. But Arkansas's top 2 arms, you got to think, are going to be off the table in the next 2 games, and Root and Wood. I don't see them being an option. To me, like LSU is going to have more of their top arms, at least on the table and like in the conversation, to be able to pitch against Arkansas tomorrow and maybe Thursday.
Razorbacks just tacked on another one, by the way. I looked down and didn't see what happened, but
is that they scored on a wild pitch.
Okay.
And yes, Tyler, I agree with you. I wish that they would have paired Arkansas and LSU on different sides of the bracket.
Mm-hmm. Although somebody gets Coastal in that event too.
Yeah, that's true. But
I'd Coastal a bit on this side of the bracket too. That would have sucked.
Yeah, that would have been. You have Murray State on the other side.
Which I had said I thought Coastal was way underseeded. If they moved them up a spot, then or 2, then it might have ended up that way. So
they were 1,000,000% underseeded. But again, like to me, the story of this game was UCLA went for it early, bases loaded, tried to steal home. That backfired, and then Arkansas immediately got the 2-run home run in the bottom of the first, and they've been in control since then.
Yeah, people asking about Jay. Jay had travel softball practice tonight. By the way, membership link at the top. We've not done anything for members only in a minute, but we will. So join that. That's a way you can contribute to the channel. Only $4 a month. We'll definitely have some bonus content in all 3 sports. We cover baseball, football, basketball here at the channel. If you're new to us, which most of you in the chat been with us for a bit. Justin Thomas just hit a double.
Another run in.
Yep. 7-0 Arkansas. It's been how many innings since Arkansas gave up a run? 18?
I'll look it up. Hit the like button for the Vandy Whistler. What's the opposite of the like button?
Yeah, whatever it is, don't do it. That doesn't help us.
Yeah, just Vandy Whistler. So Murray State didn't score a run, and then here we are in the 8th, and UCLA hasn't scored yet.
Yeah, Justin Thomas has really squared a couple balls up tonight, that being one. And UCLA is going away from Justin Lee, who just couldn't locate.
Joshua, I can tell you those green beans turned out well. We posted a before and after picture of Jay's meal last night, by the way. It's on social media if you want to look at it.
Speaking of meals, need something to wash your meals down. Our folks at Game Time Sidekicks can help you. You've seen us promoting their stuff. Their stuff is really beautiful. You can see this is one of my go-to tumblers. This is the one I throw my caffeine in the morning. And this is the one I throw 40 ounces of ice water in and sip on throughout the day. These things are both super well made. The camera doesn't do them justice. They are beautiful items. The paint is terrific. They say to hand wash them. My wife didn't know that. She stuck this thing in the dishwasher last week. As far as I can tell, it's no worse for the wear. Now, they recommend you don't do that.
Still, I was about to say, still hand wash.
Yeah. I don't, but I mean, I can't tell any difference. I will be hand washing mine because I value it that much. But just saying, it was made well enough that happened in our house. And if it damaged it, I can't tell. I will be hand washing mine when it's up to me because I think they're that well made and I value them. GameTimeSidekicks.com is the site you go to. It is officially licensed stainless steel drinkware. All SEC schools, over 350 other universities, top of the market quality for construction and ice retention. Double wall vacuum insulated stainless steel. All logo printing and product decoration done in Knoxville. Tons of designs and logos offered for every school. They've even got the college vault line, which very few brands have those rights. Hey, if Arkansas LSU, if your team wins this thing, they will have commemorative championship tumblers from the College World Series. We'll probably let you know about pre-ordering those. But their website, they've got a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff. You would not believe the selection, but go to Game Time Sidekicks. They've got stuff you never dreamed that they would make. Stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, shaker cups. GameTimeSidekicks.com. Promo code SE16 for 10% off your entire order. And yes, Trace, I do dishes. I do laundry. I do a lot of stuff around here.
Same boat.
Mow the yard.
I don't mow the yard. We HOA, all that fun stuff.
Does that change when you move?
No.
I don't mind mowing the yard unless it's 90.
1,000,000 degrees outside.
Yeah, which is typically what it's like half the time you mow your yard in the South.
Yeah. That's a good point by Tyler in the chat.
Yeah, I think everybody on that side of the bracket rooting for Louisville tomorrow.
You talk about a polar opposite of teams, Coastal and Louisville.
Yeah. Favorite sport to cover? Hands down, baseball. Love college baseball, basketball, and football, but baseball, hands down, my favorite. Pro and college.
Would you want to cover like one team, like a Major League Baseball team? If you're a beat writer, that is a long, and I mean long season.
I think 30s and single, maybe. 20s, you're too young. 30s, you might be too, to be honest. But yeah, married, no thanks. I mean, that's the thought of. I traveled a lot in my 20s for my first job. The thought of doing that now wears me out. I don't care if baseball's involved or not.
Right. And it's constant.
Yep.
Because you do spring training too.
Too much of anything can be too much, even things you love.
Yep. The thing about baseball, like professional baseball, if you cover a team and if you don't like somebody
Hmm.
or if they don't like you,
See them all the time.
you're with each other more than you're with your family and friends, and it can be brutal.
I bet. I don't know how people do that with families for a long time.
I don't either. Now, it seems like a lot of beats, they got two. They got one guy that will cover home games, and then the other guy will go on the road.
Yeah. Well, the part that sucks too is like if you got kids, the time you see your kids your most is the summer, and you'd be gone the whole time.
The whole
Like I know
time.
you get basically 4 or 5 months off where you don't have to do as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh is a high divorce rate. I think, in fact, I'm not naming names, but I have a friend who used to do it, and I think he got a divorce. Actually, no, I take that back. He was the PR guy for a team, and same thing.
Yeah.
I think they got divorced after that season.
Not surprised. I mean, I spent 3 years, or I was with three teams in minor league baseball, like different parts of the country: upstate New York, Charlotte, North Carolina, Mobile, Alabama. So like I went all over the place, and I mean it gets to a point where it's like I like professional baseball. I don't love it, and I love college sports, and you get the summers off for the most part.
Were you riding the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think there was another way, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, guess who's in the ballgame? Will McIntyre.
There you go. You
I guess he's just not as high on Dave Van Horn's pecking order as he might be on mine. I just think that kid is so steady. I mean, not like he can't come back and pitch, but I just think that's a guy that can give you 6 innings at the drop of the hat, and it can be good because he's done it so many times.
Was the last time he pitched was when he went viral in that Tennessee game?
I think it was.
Okay. That is a clip that you will see on social media for a very long time. Like the pitcher at Louisville and Omaha against Vandy,
Mm-hmm.
Luke Smith or whatever his name is.
That was a wild game to be there for.
I bet it was.
That was one of the best baseball games I've ever seen.
Well, and that clip is on social media all the time, and it's like a lot of people, unless you're a Vandy fan, a lot of people just don't remember that Louisville lost that game.
Vital She's confirmed for game one.
I mean, how is it confirmed that the game is?
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Also, I loved how he spelled his name.
Well, to be fair, I know it because I've typed it out a million times this year, or seen it a million times. But that's not one you probably most people are going to get right on first guess. And God knows what spell check does to that one.
Yeah. On your computer, like when he had a certain last name, did you save it because you typed it so much?
I mean, I do that some.
I just call him Battle Cheese. I guess it's more fun to call him Battle Cheese.
Sure. I think Beetlejuice every time I hear it.
Yeah, same.
Maybe that's why McIntyre's not pitching more. He just gave up a hard hit double. Make that a triple.
Well, they got a 7-run cushion.
Yeah. I just saw what you were referencing. Steele Eves is there, too. I didn't think about that. He doesn't pitch a lot, but.
By the way, for UCLA, I had no idea that Nico Gallego is an assistant coach there. He and I, we actually go back. When I was in college broadcasting games in the Cape Cod Baseball League, he was on my team for 2 years when he played at UCLA. And then when I was broadcasting games in Mobile for the Mobile Bay Bears, a team that doesn't exist anymore, he got drafted by the Diamondbacks, and so he played in Mobile. So like we were around each other a lot, and I had no idea that he's on staff at UCLA. His dad was a big leaguer too, by the way.
Who was his dad?
Michael, maybe.
What was the last name?
Gallego.
Oh yeah, the guy that played for like the A's and the a utility man.
Yeah, his dad was on those really, really good Oakland A teams.
I remember him.
Yeah,
I think that's the guy.
But I was watching them earlier, and I was like, that kind of looks like Nico. And I looked it up. I was like, that is Nico.
Hey, Luke says we need to do a live show for. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen, and I'm thinking about going into the other days too, because there's stories every day in the draft, like rounds 2 to 10 have got dudes, and then rounds 11, 12, 13 are interesting because that's where they make the overnight deals. Hey, if you took X amount, if we drafted you and gave you that, would you sign? So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of draft coverage, I think. And I've been doing the work on that one already.
Yeah. Guess which conference is gonna be well represented?
I know.
Yeah. I'll give you a guess. What do we have in the UCLA dugout? What are they showing? Know.
Look like a mozzarella stick dipped in the dirt. Oh, that was a nasty bender by McIntyre.
By the way, I meant to say this earlier. The triple that Aloy hit, that pitch was so nasty. I mean,
it was 8 inches off the ground.
Yeah, it was a slider around his shoelaces, and he almost hit it out to right center field.
He is immensely strong. I'm sure you couldn't miss his father tonight. His dad's got biceps the size of my thighs.
Would you like to watch a game when a camera's just like right in your face?
No.
Be hard to act normal.
Mm-hmm. That's got to be awkward for everyone.
Yeah, especially
because those guys have to crouch on the stairs and aim up, and you're blocking people, and
especially like if you're just happen to be sitting behind him or something because you're in the shot too.
Tyler said that pitch probably would have been called a strike. He might be right.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Tyler. The way this zone has been tonight.
There was a transient.
Boy, that sounds exhausting. A different high school every year.
Is there Melbourne, Arkansas?
Doubtful.
There's a Cave City, Kentucky. I know that. I think we need to know more here. I know Batesville's Arkansas. And there's a Greenbrier, Tennessee. Oh, there goes the shutout.
Pretty sure there's a Greenbrier, Arkansas, too.
UCLA's still playing pretty loose.
Well, I mean, they had a great season.
Sure.
So what? This would be 2-2.
Love it.
Melbourne, Arkansas. How about that? The Bearcats.
First SEC player off the board, I think it is Cade Anderson.
He's getting a lot of buzz.
If it were me, it would be Cade Anderson. McIntyre's breaking ball is really working. I think it's the other one's the issues. Okay. James says these are all cities in Arkansas.
Yeah, Chad, what part of the state is Melbourne, Arkansas in? I spend a decent amount of time in Arkansas.
Yeah, let's get a location check from everybody. Tell us where you're watching from tonight.
It's right by Batesville. Okay. 30 minutes.
I'm not good with Arkansas geography. There's a lot of parts of that state I've never been to. Including
Pine
Fayetteville.
Bluff. I was
Oh, man, Arkansas, what are we doing? Maybe this is why we haven't seen more Will McIntyre.
Did he? Was that on him?
Yeah, he just
There.
airmailed
Okay.
one.
Hey, we got guys from all over the place.
Yeah, this is the Matt
Alabama,
Hobbs.
Baton Rouge, Bentonville.
Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa.
Hendersonville. Greg, that's my hometown, my man. That's where I grew up.
Boy, that throw didn't have a chance. Holy smokes. I
No.
just saw it.
New York.
New City, New York.
How
Okay.
about that?
I think he asked what part of New York I was in. I was in Syracuse.
Upstate. I've been there.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge. Of course, we have Baton Rouge in the chat.
Mount Vernon, Arkansas, a town of a population of 150. Wow. Yeah, Bobby G, you're not wrong. That's what happens when McIntyre doesn't play for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Got to work on the PFP.
Rogers and Fayetteville itself. Anybody watching from Omaha? I'd like to know. How did that one end, Ben? I saw it was tied. I still think the Braves are due to play better. I know they are.
It's a long season.
Just get in the dang playoffs. By the way, odds came out today. I think the Braves are. Hey, there we go. We walked them off. I thought it was going to be bad news. Thought that was what Ben was trying to tell me. The Braves today were, I think, minus 400 to make the playoffs, according to friend of the show, Lindsey Crosby, on his Twitter. That seems a little harsh.
Not bad. Yeah, Tyler makes a good point. if you're an Arkansas fan and if you're
Watching right now.
Yeah.
Right. But we've had that before. We've had people
We
in
have had
stadiums
that.
have been in the chat.
Shout out Sam Smith, diehard Tennessee Vol. He does
You
it
bet.
all the time.
Sam was, I have to say, Sam was with us just about all year. Win, lose, or draw for the Vols.
See, the thing about Omaha, it looks like somebody just crushes it, and then the ball just dies.
Mm-hmm. We got a Kendall Diggs sighting in right. I hadn't seen him in forever. Glenn wants to know if LSU throws Irons in tomorrow.
I think you save him for the if necessary game. That's what I would do.
Yeah, or you do what they've done before. You have him in the pen. Like, I think if you think Zach Cowan's ready to go tomorrow, you go there.
That's a big if, though.
Well, but the staff knows him better than we do.
For the first game, yeah, for sure. I can see that.
I mean, if he's right, then, then they're in good shape.
That's awesome, Ben. So that meant you were in Tallahassee, I'm assuming, for the regional.
I think Ben's from Florida.
So the game tomorrow will be at 6 Central. And I'm banking on way more LSU people at that game than the game they had this morning.
Yep.
By the way, did you see Jay Johnson? When he wants to, he gives he's unbelievable at his press conferences. His quote today, somebody asked him what he learned, what he's learned over the years, and he said Tucson, Arizona has the best weather for baseball.
Yeah, well, he would know.
That was his answer.
He was terrific when we had him on before the season.
Yeah, he was.
He was really, really good.
Ben says he's a Gator fan living in Tallahassee 10 years strong. Boy, I bet that's interesting.
Ben, how's that going for you?
Well, I bet if you think about Florida State, other than baseball, it was a rough year athletically for them.
Right. Starting with the getting left out of the playoff. All right, Will McIntyre's wild pitched in another run.
Yeah, Tyler, I saw that too. He said LSU fans need to use their alarm clocks.
Yeah, what happened this morning? Were they
I was stunned.
Partied a little too hard the night before?
I was really surprised they didn't show up more because, again, you're in Omaha for one reason and one reason alone, and that's to go to the game.
Well, here's another thing. The outfield's cleared out in Omaha here. I mean, there's more empty seats than full seats. UCLA is not going to go down without having some fun.
Rockos happen. Yeah, I saw
that's what I was thinking.
There was a kerfuffle or something.
Oh, hey, look who's here. When did this happen? Hey!
Right on time.
How about it? How are you, my man?
Good. How are you guys?
Max Fried's body double.
I know.
Otherwise
I'm back.
known as Alfred Esmond.
Although Arkansas doesn't need me with this kind of pitching up until just now, but.
Are you lefty, by the way?
I am a righty, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, that's too bad.
I know. It's all right. What's been the talk? Obviously, this game. I heard Rocco's fight. Was that any of you guys or no?
Was there another Rocco's fight?
No, it's the one a day or two ago. But still, the fact that they had to put out a statement on social media, it must have been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to know what really happened at Rocco's for the fight. There's stuff that's been said. I don't know.
Well, I'll take it to the bank. Not a lot of sober people. How about that?
No, they might have all been too drunk to remember it.
Yeah, we got a lot of frustrated Arkansas fans here with Big Mac. It's to the point where man, just put the ball over the plate. Trust your defense.
I've talked him up. This one's on me. Yeah, Ryder Elfrick's not having a lot of fun right now. He just took one off the mask. He'll meet the hot tub here in 30 minutes.
Alfred, what stood out to you? I guess in this game and then so far through Omaha.
Oh, well, Omaha as a whole pitching. I mean, I wasn't with y'all, but Gage Wood delivered probably, you could say, the best pitching performance you've ever seen in the College World Series with the strikeout record. And then obviously the third no-hitter, first since 60. And then tonight in this game, it's continued. I mean, I thought Zach Root, he bent a little, but really didn't break. I mean, he didn't give up any earned runs, gave up a couple hits. That's it. And then Aidan Jimenez really impressed me in the middle with his relief outing. So, yeah, a little bit of a rough patch for Will McIntyre. But you're going to take it. You built up this lead. UCLA really couldn't find a whole lot of offense. So
this one's in the books. That one was scorched, but they found the glove. Yeah. Will McIntyre looks like he wants to vomit.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he was not happy.
We need to give a shout out to Sven in the chat. It's 4:50 in the morning in Germany, and he's with us, so we appreciate you. And then I've been meaning to ask you, what's the most popular sport in Germany? Like, what does everybody talk about when you go out, grocery store, water cooler talk? What's the go-to sport in Germany?
Got to be soccer, right?
No idea. That's one place I've never been.
Yeah, I got a lot for Sven. He's been here with us, rain or shine, crazy hours, whether his team's in it or not. Love that. And ESPN went right to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yes, they did.
Well, I think Florida's about to win it.
Okay.
So,
if Auburn played West Virginia instead of Coastal, do you think they're still playing? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I
thought that was an awful draw for Auburn.
Coastal, Sam, who I don't know is in here, said it on Twitter today, and I agreed. Coastal is licking their chops after this delay that happened with LSU. I mean, they got more rests. Their pitching's been on fire. They're in the catbird seat, really, I think.
Yeah, Cheddar just said it in the chat. It feels like Coastal has been off for a week. Mm-hmm. It really does.
Well, they didn't exert any extra energy, and I mean, they got here 5-0, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're still on this winning streak. So, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, 25, 26 in a row, whatever it is.
So they're the only unbeaten team in the postseason in the tournament.
Yes.
And for good measure, won the conference tournament, too, if you want to go postseason as conference tournaments. Yeah, Alfred, what else has stood out to you? You haven't been able to join us in, a week now?
No, I know. I guess, guys, did Wehiwa Aloy lock up Golden Spikes tonight?
Man, those two were scorched, were they not?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he did, to be quite honest.
Well, if you're going him or Rock Chalowski wasn't in the final three, was he?
Okay, Liam Doyle and Lodis from Florida State.
I mean, that's who I'd go.
Yeah, to me, yeah, because he's the only one still playing and he's performed on the biggest stage.
Hey, it wasn't a good night. I talked. Put that on me. I talked Will McIntyre up. I think he's been better than he's been given credit for being, and then he kind of wet the bed tonight.
Not just Aloy, though, either tonight, really. I mean, there were Iredale had multiple hits. Thomas, I think Maxwell did too. So if you were Arkansas fans in the chat, if you guys were concerned during the no-hitter, I don't know why you would be, about their offense in any way, don't be after this game. I mean.
All right, I got a beef here. You got the College World Series. You can't wait to cut away from it after the last out, and now we're watching WNBA highlights.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you promote the heck out of that, but you won't promote any college baseball.
They are that is a long conversation that needs to be had. Yeah. It's been apparent at certain points this week. Not just from you, Chris. I mean, there's College Baseball Central pointed it out. Who else? I think Jacob Rudner from Baseball America said something about it. I mean, there's been multiple guys who, although his was more on 3 transfer portal stuff, but nonetheless, it's still national media covering college baseball that are botching it.
Well, and look, they put all this time and money into covering the WNBA to promote it and give it public. And they have tried so hard, and I'm not going to get political. They have tried so hard to make this a thing. And why can't you give college baseball some of the same respect? You know, they actually, for once, everybody got smart. Baseball is a poorly organized sport from the major league level down. God, we're watching women's basketball brawls. I've just
There's a big remote slam.
I mean, and you like they had for once the draft in 2020. Like, this is what you should be doing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And ESPN got it right for about 30 seconds tonight when they showed the graphic. All right, all these guys are about to go in the first round. You can have the darn draft in Omaha. You can publicize. You can do that all week. You can help everybody get to know the guys they're going to be watching play Major League Ball one day. You can help the college game grow. You can help the program. Now, look, ESPN also is on the verge of dropping all its Major League coverage. That contract, and maybe that's part of it.
They are.
But for the love of Pete, somebody make this happen. The draft needs more attention. These players need more attention. The product needs more. I mean, I'm watching these games, guys, and I'm just thinking, how well played are these things? The fielding, I mean, it is played at a high level. Carl Ravitch brought up something tonight that was a very good point. It's like, or maybe it's Kyle Pete, like the time from when these guys get done to when they start playing Major League Ball is as short as it's been. The game is really, really, really good right now. And nobody cares to promote it and give it the due it deserves.
Well, I mean, they've been doing stuff lately. I don't get what they're doing. Did you guys see where they sold off their rights to the college football playoffs for some of the games? So more and more of the college football playoff games are going to be on TNT and like TBS. That happened last week.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
For what? What's going in its place?
I don't know, but I just know it's probably going to be about half of the college football playoff is going to be on TNT and like TBS.
It feels like they're going all in on basketball, men's and women's.
In college or professional?
Well, more pro.
Yeah, Moonshine said NBA, probably.
But you got to remember, NBC is about to join in on the party on the NBA. Like, they're going all in.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're paying Michael Jordan like $40 million to say like 2 sentences pre-recorded.
The money that they will invest into stupid stuff that doesn't help the product is just amazing. Yeah, and here's the problem. 6 subscriptions to watch sports, that's about right.
Yeah, it drives me crazy.
Oh, and they're going up.
And it's getting worse. It's getting more spread out, and the prices on all of it are going up.
Right.
I miss the days when I was growing up, and it was just like you had basic cable. Like, that was it. Like, you didn't need anything else.
Now, granted, we get to see a lot of stuff that we didn't get used to see. I mean, 15 years ago, there were big time college football games that you had to either get pay-per-view or listen to on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pay-per-view games are awful. I don't miss those days.
Quality was usually terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Hayden nailed it. He's absolutely right.
Guys, like, I have YouTube TV. I got the email today from them about Red Zone. So, like, you know, you gotta do it in the summertime to like renew for the year. And if you don't do it in the summertime, you gotta pay like $200 more. I got that email today.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not. Since I quit playing fantasy football and my team is awful, I just have lost so much interest in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
MLB TV is one of the best deals out there.
It is.
My son and I watch that all the time. We've got Arkansas fans hopping in now. The numbers are starting to go up as the game's over and people are tuning in. So let's hit back that again. And we've talked about it a lot. You guys can go back and watch the stream before, but it's courtesy those jumping in. My takeaways tonight: Wehiwa Aloy was outstanding. Two very hard hit balls that changed the game. Zach Root answered the bell really early. Rough first inning, but got out of it with no runs. The caught stealing was probably the play that changed the game. And yeah, Arkansas saved a lot of it. I mean, they've got so many good bullpen arms. But Arkansas, it is hard. I think if you woke up yesterday morning, other than maybe LSU losing a game, if you're an Arkansas fan, you could not have dreamt a better scenario than what's happened for the Hogs in the last 36 hours, not even that.
Yeah, I like their mojo, especially heading into the rest of their games. I Arkansas fans, if you guys care about this, and I'm sure you do, I do genuinely think Wehiwa Aloy locked up the Golden Spikes Award tonight. I'd be shocked if it's not him who wins it. And like Chris said, Root bent, but he didn't completely break. He ended up giving 5 good quality innings of pitching. I thought Aidan Jimenez was phenomenal. 3 innings in the middle in relief, which was great stuff. And then stuff that stands out, I mean, you shut down Rock Chalowski for only 1 hit, didn't walk him, he didn't get any RBIs, anything like that. In fact, I think it was only 4 UCLA hitters with recording hits tonight. So you really kind of just shut down a good part of that lineup and completely controlled the game, unless, you consider Will McIntyre's weird 9th inning. But besides that, you were in control the whole way. And yeah, Chris, like you said, you got to like where you stand.
Again, we touched on it earlier, but this is kind of what we all had envisioned, that these are the 2 best teams in Omaha. We hate that they're on the same side of the bracket. So, yeah, Chris, very good point. This is exactly what Arkansas wanted LSU to have to play today, what they played, 5 innings or whatever it was earlier today. So they didn't get a full day's worth of rest. But yeah, these two teams, the best, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Arkansas wins tomorrow night and then they got to play on Thursday. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Somebody asked, what's Arkansas going to do pitching wise starter? I guarantee you Dave Van Horn, if he's not talking to media right now, he will be at. So he's either got a game plan or whenever he gets back to the hotel, he's going to get with his staff and they'll either decide that tonight, which will probably be around 11:30ish or midnight, or they'll figure it out tomorrow morning.
By the way, welcome, Stephen. Glad you found us. By the way, super chats are always appreciated. If you want to leave one of those are help us pay the bills around here. And the membership link is at the top. So yeah, thank you. Always good to have new people here. Alfred, in case people wonder, you've joined the ranks of the working man in the last couple of weeks. So congratulations on that. That's why you don't see our man as much anymore. But did you get to see any of Gage Wood yesterday?
I did. I saw the end of Gage Wood, the final few innings or so. Gosh, unfortunate, right? I mean, he was a 1-hit batter away from a perfect game. I mean, it was incredible because the other one got overturned in the 9th. That kind of helped him out for his no-hitter. But I honestly think if you break it down, guys, best pitching performance at least I've ever seen in college baseball in my time watching it. I don't know if it's y'all's. It's got to be up there, though, right? I mean, he now has the strikeout record. He broke Ty Floyd's, who got it for Florida, was 17 a couple years ago now, I think. And now Gage Wood has it with the 19 he had. I think, I don't know. I mean, just an incredible story. I love that his dad got the ball at the end. I thought that was really special, with Father's Day, kind of that time of year, that sort of thing. So we could see him again, Gage Wood, at some point. I don't know about tomorrow or anything, but it's Omaha. So who knows with pitching, what they do and stuff like that. But nonetheless, I mean, fabulous start from Gage Wood, really made history.
Yeah, he was awesome. That's definitely a Mount Rushmore performance. That's something that Arkansas fans and college baseball fans will talk about for a long time. In my opinion, like I think Gackle would be available more so than Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, Mobley asked a great question. What if Wood was healthy? I mean, you can ask that a lot of their staff. Like they don't have Wiggins. He's done. Who was
Parker
the kid that got
Coyle.
hit in the face with the bands?
Dietz.
Dietz.
Right?
Yeah. I don't think Dietz is. I'm not sure he's on the roster for Omaha.
Parker
Probably not a
Coyle
guy that.
hurt.
But I mean, that was one that went bad. I mean, I feel like they missed someone else too. Did
Parker
Carter
Coyle.
miss some time?
Parker Coyle. He got
Parker
hurt.
Coyle. Okay, that's who it was. It wasn't Dylan Carter. Yeah, I mean, it's not like they've had all the breaks go their way.
Mm-hmm.
We giving Sven a hard time in the chat. We don't need to be doing that.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Comments are flying.
We're still getting Aloy in a slump. Like I don't get it. Like he's got a hit in 6 of 7 games now. Again, it's a lot of 1 for 3, 1 for 4, but it's not like he's 0 for 17 or something.
We're talking about Kuhio, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's compare to where he started the first 2 months. It's a little. It's not what it was. Slump might be a little
way
strong.
too strong. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Jack Bauer committed to state. He's wild, but strike throwing's an issue. But yeah,
that's
he's
his name. His name is Jack Bauer.
His name is Jack Bauer. Yeah, he's a big
shout out
drive
24.
prospect.
Watched every episode.
Me too. Well, I don't know if everyone. I watched a lot of them.
Sven bumps gums in LSU chats. So apparently he asked for it, according to Cheddar Goblin.
Okay. For all I know, he's a good man. He's been here for us.
Speaking of Aloys, though, they've already made history, those two. First sibling duo to be named first team All-SEC. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is a cool nugget. Also, yeah, Kevin just said it in the chat. His single tonight was 115 off the bat. 115.
How many brother duos can we think of in the SEC? I mean, there was there's the Henry brothers back at Ole Miss about 20 years ago. That's the first one that comes to mind.
Justin and Jordan, yeah.
Is there someone at LSU? I feel like there's been like a recent the Pearsons. That's right. I knew. Okay, so there's that. And I'm thinking simultaneous, by the way. Oh, no, not Auburn. Oh, the Nola brothers. Yeah, that's easy. Though, were they? Did Austin and Aaron play at the same time? I feel like Austin was a few years ahead of him.
That sounds right. I'm sure there's more we're forgetting.
Yeah, let's hear your brothers. SEC brothers. Tennessee just missed with the Combs brothers.
Oh, yeah, they did.
By a year. Let's see. Auburn.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
The kid that had the late season pinch hit home run. Wasn't he? He had a brother on the team? Or am I dreaming that? Oh, the Overbays. I totally forgot them. Oh, of course, it's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the easiest one, and we whiffed on that.
That's our bad.
Twins, too, yeah.
I feel like Missouri had some the Lovich brothers.
Yeah, somebody
Ross
said
and
the Lovich
Jackson
brothers, yeah.
Okay. Wiggins brothers missed by a year. Vanderbilt had the Maldonados. They missed each other by a year. Yeah, I bet LSU does wish Curiel had a brother. Man, that guy's put on a show in the tournament too.
Branch Brothers, that's a good one.
Oh
Georgia.
yeah, of course. Well, they're different schools, but
Yeah.
yeah, the Orange Brothers at Tennessee. That's been a minute, and I think they did play together. But were there 3 Loviches?
That's crazy if there are. Could you imagine if the Holidays all decided to play at Oklahoma State together? They could field a whole
Man.
team.
Yeah. You could field a coaching staff with Holidays too.
You could.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad for off the top of our head. Yeah, the Manning brothers. Wrong sport, Moonshine.
They're kind of
but nice try. Okay, what else on Arkansas?
Just not surprised. I mean, we all picked them to win tonight. Other than the 9th inning, there wasn't really adversity. Like the top of the first, they get out of it, and then they pretty much cruise to a win tonight. So this is kind of what we expected, and the matchup with LSU should be a great one.
Yeah, the Hundley brothers at Tennessee, that's another good one. They missed it by a year. Arkansas prediction, yeah, we're going to do that. I think we're going to release it tomorrow morning. We might record it tonight, but we won't put it out till tomorrow. That will not be live. Alfred, I want to ask you, you've done some stuff with World Baseball Classic, and you're following a lot of other leagues. Any interesting draft buzz that you're picking up on these days?
Not really anything y'all wouldn't know. I mean, I think Cade Anderson pitched himself into a top 10 pick, but I think y'all figured that in that first game.
Chris thinks 1-1, Alfred.
I mean, it's been mentioned. I
said top 10. I probably should have said like top 5, to be quite honest. But
for sure,
yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Nothing too major. I mean, there's some transfer portal things. I don't know. I guess y'all reposted Jamal George is going to Missouri. Tennessee picked up a really good catcher from Bowling Green. So I guess I'm just doing a transfer portal update real quick, which is what I've kind of been on since I haven't been in Omaha. But McIlvain going to Arkansas while they're in Omaha. Kentucky landed Connor Madison from Grand Canyon. Yeah, it's another one. And then actually I'm doing an interview for them tomorrow. Yes, Ben, that was a really good pickup. Forget his name
today.
Freshman of the year. Yeah, he was the freshman of the year in the Big West. So huge pickup in there, or freshman pitcher of the year in the Big West. Huge pickup for them. And then I'm doing an interview tomorrow with the Sun Belt newcomer of the year, Caleb Freeman. He's going to Texas.
Okay.
So that was another big pickup. And I'll talk to him tomorrow about that. I'm sure he's excited. Who wouldn't they?
Yeah, we'll have a lot of portal stuff, by the way. As soon as the World Series ends, we just wanted to kind of keep our focus and, well, maybe more keep the energy.
Right.
There's a lot of watching baseball and getting ready for shows and stuff. And
yeah,
frankly, for me, I've been going at it since first week of August without much of a break. So pacing myself towards the end here.
Out of everything,
Dylan Loy left Tennessee, by the way. That was interesting.
Yeah, my thought on that was I think he wants to start somewhere. I thought he might have a shot for Tennessee, next year, but maybe with all the guys they're bringing in, like Fredrickson from ETSU, Estrada from MIT, and some of the other ones that I didn't name, maybe it's not as guaranteed, in quotes, as he'd like it. So that's my best bet. Tony said that they worked him like a dog this year, and I agree. I mean, he was in a lot in relief, but I think that's my thought process with that. Kind of odd.
Did you say did Tennessee land the kid from MIT?
Estrada.
Really? I'd seen him pop up in draft. First of all, I didn't know MIT had baseball.
I didn't either.
He's draft eligible. I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know that was a thought that he was going to come for one more year of school.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you never know if that's a leverage play or if that's what.
Yeah.
But he was. He's not a. I don't know that he's a top 10 round prospect, just if you draft him in order of talent. So who knows? Probably my guess is he'll stick.
Right.
One thing that stands out to me of everything you said Grand Canyon lost a starting pitcher. Well, they lost 2, so it's been a bad
Yeah.
week for Grand Canyon because the other one went to Ole Miss.
And the first baseman's going to be a draft pick too. I presume he's gone. He's thinking that's kid's Jacob Wilson's brother, right? The first baseman for Grand, I can't think of his name. He's got a major league tie, either a dad or a brother. Anyway, not hugely important.
Chuck, yes.
Milan first round, that feels like a little bit of a stretch. I think second or third, probably.
He's probably
5'7" not helping, but
probably going to be a second baseman.
Yeah,
he's too small to be short.
And all right.
Chuck asked, does Arkansas have to beat LSU twice? Yep. Wednesday, Thursday.
All right, gentlemen. I think that's all for the night, unless you guys have got parting thoughts.
No, that's it. Excited for the rematch.
Yeah. A lot of draft talk in here tonight, and we will do that soon enough. So, all right. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys as always. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. We'll have Arkansas LSU preview up for tomorrow night in the morning. Appreciate you watching. Join the membership tier if you haven't. Get your gear at Game Time Sidekicks. For Alfred Esmond and Graham Doty, I'm Chris Lee. You've been watching Southeastern 16's baseball coverage. We'll see you again on Wednesday.